Namaste, hello everybody, and welcome to Off Script. Today's topic is going to be very interesting. We have already discussed about the how powerful our subconscious mind is and how affirmations work and how visualization technique is even more powerful than affirmations. But those who have read the great Bhagavad Gita must be thinking that if everything depends on our mind, on our thoughts, then Karma Yoga fails here. The concept of Karma Yoga, which says that what you sow, so shall you reap, means whatever, if you think bad of others, if you do bad to others, the karma will get back to you. But subconscious says that if you do good affirmations about yourself and if you visualize good thing about yourself, then it will come true. So it becomes very simple. If you follow the subconscious, you can just wish ill of others, you can do bad to them and visualize good thing about yourselves and get rid of karma. So what is the fact then? What is the truth actually? The subconscious is the truth or the karma yoga is the truth? So we'll find out in this video. Lord Krishna has created this entire universe, this vast infinite universe he has created. And sitting in the Vaikuntha galaxy, he is operating everything, every particle. No of the particle can even move without his permission. Do you know this? It is written in Srimad Bhagavatam that every curse, every blessing has to take permission of Sri Krishna to reach you. If someone blesses you or if someone curses you, that curse or that blessings only impacts you if it has got the permission of Sri Krishna. Do you know this? This is written in Srimad Bhagavatam. So such a immense power, such a super power, Sri Krishna, can he make such a huge mistake in designing human beings, in designing our architecture or body architecture? Never. What works is karma yoga only, but it works through our subconscious mind, and we will understand this with few examples. Now let's suppose that in your neighborhood or in your close relatives, some person gets divorced or gets separated from his or her loved one, and she or he is crying in front of you, is sobbing uncontrollably, and she or he is in pain. Now there are two persons watching this. One is the person who is actually feeling the pain and he feels that, oh, it's very bad happening to him or her. I will not say him or her every time. So just this is an example. So he will think like, he'll be like praying to God in his mind that, oh, they should get together soon, he should find his true love soon, they should patch up, and he's praying to God for his good. Now the other person in the room, he is actually enjoying all these things, he's sobbing, he's crying, and the separation he is enjoying, and he is just waiting when I'll go out of this room and then I'll make calls and I'll tell everybody, hey, look what happened. So the first thing he does is when he gets out of that room, he first makes call to other relatives or friends and tells them, have you come to know that they broke up? Have you come to know about the divorce? You know, this thing happened, that thing, he said like this, she said like that. And he'll tell very excitingly, he will be very excited to share this news, he will be very happy to share this news. Now what is happening here is one person is praying for him and one person is actually enjoying the breakup. Now they both are releasing some vibrations, some very high frequency vibrations in the universe, and those vibrations only will come back to them, those frequency will only come back to them in life, because I have already told in my previous video that subconscious mind is dumb. It never understands that if this thing happens to others then it is okay, but this thing should not happen with this person. It works like this, that if this person is so happy to see others in pain, if he himself is in the same situation, how happy he will be, and the subconscious starts acting in the same way. So the first person gets true love, he gets care from the partner because he was praying for the same for the other person. But this person gets now it doesn't mean that this person will also get divorced, will also get separated. Maybe because the universe multiplies it. When it comes back, it comes in multiplication. So maybe more bad will happen to this person. Now through these vibrations, you are telling the universe, that second person is telling the universe that I love such things to happen. So this should happen to me. He is telling indirectly. So what worked here? Karma yoga. How? Through your own subconscious, because you were feeding it with negative things. If you are feeding it with positive things will come. Now the second person who was very joyful to share this divorce news, now does it mean that he will also get divorced? No, not necessarily. Maybe, but not necessarily, because the subconscious mind tries its best to give you the best. The subconscious mind thought that it was joyful for you. It will bring situations like, it will create so many misunderstandings between you and your life partner. Now you both will stay in the same house, in the same room, but now there is no connection left, no love left, no bonding left, and still you are seeing the person in the same house daily, but there is now no connection, and there are so many misunderstandings, and this becomes even worse than the situation of that divorcee. So it works like this. Now maybe the person who got divorced has at least a chance that he will find his true love in future, or at least he will have peace of mind alone. But now the person who was enjoying the gossip is stuck in a relationship where there is no output, no peace of mind. So this situation is even more miserable than the divorce situation. So the subconscious mind gives punishment like this. And this is the karma yoga through subconscious mind. Let's take one more example. Now imagine someone you know got robbed. I mean, some thieves entered their house and robbed everything. Their gold is gone, their jewelry is gone, their savings are gone. Now you roam around and tell people what happened. And very joyfully you are telling this. See how show off they used to do. They used to flaunt their wealth. They used to wear this much jewelry and go out, and see what happened. Total destruction. Now they have nothing left, and you are actually enjoying telling this thing. Now what happens is your subconscious thinks that this person is so much happy for someone's loss, someone's monetary loss. How about if I bring such losses to them? Now does this mean that thief will enter your house also? It may happen, but it may even plan something more destructive. Your whole money can be lost in someone's illness in the family, or something bad like that can happen, because the universe multiplies your vibrations and give it back to you. This is how karma yoga plays, and this is how your subconscious plays. So your subconscious is designed like this by Lord Krishna, so that karma yoga never fails. So in Hinduism, in Hindi language, there is a saying, "Sau sonar ki, ek lohar ki," which means you do one bad thing to others, God in return will give you 100 of such bad things. Now in Bhagavad Gita, the Karma Yoga, Sri Krishna also says that if you don't want bondage of karma, if you want to be free from the bondage of karmic actions, if you don't want to get bound by the sins or virtue, then you should dedicate every action to me. You decide the action, I will decide the fruit. Dedicate every action to him. Dedicate everything to him. He says like that. Now let's understand the deep meaning behind it. Now let's take an example. Suppose you find a gold ring lying somewhere on the road. Now it has a diamond in it. And now one of your mind says that let's just pick it up. Nobody's watching. I'll just keep it in, hide it in my pocket, and just go from here to my house. Now when you pick it up and you say, I dedicate this action to Krishna. I dedicate this whole action to my Lord Krishna. Now deep inside, somewhere you know that Lord Krishna is not going to be happy with this karma. Will he be happy? Because someone might be searching for the ring that he has lost on this road, and you have found it. So you will automatically think that no, I cannot do anything that will hurt my Lord Krishna, because the main thing is to be in the heart of Sri Krishna, nowhere else. So what will you do? You will search for the person, you will go and give that ring back to him. Now when you see the face of that person, he will be very happy. You'll see a happy face. He will bless you. He will say, thank you, I thought I have lost it. It would have brought a huge loss to me. So thank you very much. If some other person was in your place, he would have just taken the ring and never searched for me. But you did a very good thing. I bless you. Now these blessings which are coming from his mouth will 100% get permission from Sri Krishna. Why? Because this action was dedicated to Sri Krishna and now the fruit is in his hands, and he will multiply your joy. He will give you more than that. So you always have to dedicate everything to every joy to Sri Krishna. Every joy. I am happy and I am dedicating my happiness to Sri Krishna. I got this money as a payment, but I dedicate this money to Sri Krishna. It doesn't mean that you have to donate everything. It doesn't mean like that. Just the joy you are feeling, the happiness you are feeling, you are dedicating that happiness and joy to Sri Krishna. So whatever actions you do, what are the intentions behind the actions, what are the feelings behind the actions are very important. A very famous example of surgeon and a criminal. A surgeon is also having a knife in his hand and he is cutting some part of the patient. But what is the feeling when he's cutting? His feeling is like this person should get healed soon, this person should recover soon from the disease. So these are the good feelings he is having while cutting the body part. But when a criminal is doing the same thing, he is stabbing someone with the knife. The surgeon is also carrying a knife and the murderer or the criminal is also carrying a knife. But his intentions are like he should not leave, he should not stay alive, because he'll become eyewitness against me then. So actions are same, but the feelings, the intentions are totally different. So karma, the subconscious will act like this only. The fruits of the karma for the surgeon will be different and for that murderer will be different. So forget every mistake that you have done till now, but from now choose your actions and intentions behind it wisely. On which matter you are feeling happy, on which topic you are feeling happier and ecstatic, focus on that. Because if you are feeling good for something bad that is happened to others, it will bring you losses only. Subconscious and karma yoga both are same. They are both designed by Sri Krishna and he cannot be wrong in any way in designing any decision for you. So whatever Sri Krishna has decided for you, for your future, is for your best. Have full faith in this thing. So all the best for your future. My blessings are with you. Hare Krishna.